What's up guys, it's Light Spiral here, and today I'm bringing you a video of a Necropolis B10 team that features two liches, or I'm probably going to title it like double liches or something, but the two liches you can see are Fuco, the Wind Lich, and Grego, the Dark Lich. Now I'm well aware that not everyone gets a Dark Lich in their Summoner's War career, and I've gotten two Light Dark Lightnings, and one of them did happen to be the Dark Lich. So I did decide to go ahead and build him quite a while ago. I probably made a video on it when I made it. I might have not. I know for sure I have a video on my channel of a Necropolis B10 team with just the Dark Lich. So you can go and look that up on my channel if you want. I have a playlist of all my Necro B10 videos, and the Grego video should be somewhere in there. I'm not exactly sure where. I think I posted it a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago. I don't know. But I just made this Fuco today, this morning actually, and so I've been having fun with him. And this Necro team, I ran it about 2 energy refills worth of times, and so far it hasn't failed yet. So it's pretty successful. 2 energy refills. That I have 90 energy, and it takes 3 minutes on average. So I probably did somewhere in between 22 and 28 runs, I would say, and it hasn't failed yet, so it's pretty dang safe. And other than the liches, it's farmable. So if you have the 2 liches, then it'll work. And if you have the water lich instead of the dark lich, it should work, but the runes will be a little bit different. I'll show you the runes on the whole team afterwards, and I'll explain why liches are so popular in Necro, as well as why I picked these 2 liches as opposed to other liches. So the reason the liches are popular, and when I say the liches, I shouldn't say all of them. The ones that are popular are the wind one, the water one, and the dark one, and that is because they all have the same first 2 skills, and then they all have a different passive, and the passive is really all that makes them different from each other, and of course base stats and stuff. But the first 2 skills of these 3 liches are what make these 3 liches super, super popular in Necro. The first skill attacks the enemy 2 or 3 times. It's just RNG, whether it's 2 or 3. And each attack has a 40% chance to land a speed debuff. And if you max skill them, they have a 65% chance to land the debuff. So right away, that just screams Necro, because in Necro, you want multi-hits and speed debuff. And then the second skill on these guys is a attack that attacks random enemies 4 times, but on the boss there's only 1 enemy, so you're going to attack the boss all 4 times, and each attack has a 30% chance to land a defense break. But so right there, if you guys aren't familiar with Necro, those 2 skills are super popular, because all you really need, or the most important things you need in Necro, is multi-hits, speed debuff, and defense break. But so one lich provides 2 multi-hitting skills, as well as a speed debuff and a defense break that are all pretty reliable. So these guys are just insane in Necro, as well as they all do really good damage if runed correctly. But so they're just very good Necropolis monsters. Now, as for the passives, they all are different. The wind one has a passive where every turn he gets a shield equivalent to his level. So I don't know how much the shield is when he's at level 50 or 40, but it's a pretty good shield. It tanks out. Oh, you just saw the boss attacked me and he didn't even break the shield. So this Fuko is not dying anytime soon, basically. And then he also has an ability where every time he gets attacked, he will make the enemy have a 1-turn speed debuff. But when the Necro boss attacks you, he cannot get debuffed, so the speed debuff doesn't land. Sorry, another thing I remembered about these guys' second skills is if you attack someone that have a speed debuff, that will stun them. So I just got a new best time of 2:36, so that's pretty nice. I'll run it again just because I still have more to say on this team. But yeah, so that's something to know. So on the first 4 stages, you do have a little bit of CC with these liches, assuming the other team does get speed debuffed. But so that's it for the Wind Lich. The Dark Lich has a passive that makes it so all damage dealt to him is halved, and also your heals are halved. So that means he basically has double the HP, but the heals only work like halfway. So like Colleen does a 25% heal. It's only a 12.5% heal for Grego. So that kind of balances itself out. He's more tanky, but he can't get healed really. And Chasun's Fallen Blossom does ignore the passive because it's not a heal, it's just a HP balance. And then Grego also has part of his passive where if an enemy or an ally dies, he'll get a stack, which will give him bonus attack power. So he can get up to 5 stacks, but so he can get stacks in the first stages and in the boss stage. Anytime your teammate gets taken by the boss, he gets a stack. When you kill your teammate, he gets a stack. And when you kill the boss, he gets a stack. So if Grego doesn't get taken to the other side, Grego will get 3 stacks. And I recommend you don't let Grego get taken over because he's so tanky because of his passive. It takes a long time to kill him. So if you use Grego on your team, you do not want him to be your biggest damage dealer. You want him to be like your second biggest damage dealer. And you want another monster to be your biggest. In my case, I have Fuco as my biggest damage dealer, so he gets taken over every time, or almost every time at least. So that's Grego. And then the last one is the water one, Rigel. Or however you pronounce it. I've heard Rigel, I've heard Rigel, whatever it is. It's passive. It makes him immune to sleep, freeze, and stun, which is nice because these crystals on the first stages do stun, as well as the Grego will stun you if he speed debuffs you on the mini boss. As well as his passive makes it so he has 25% anti-crit. So that's Rigel. Now, in terms of their base stats, they're all pretty similar. Rigel has the best attack. Rigel, yeah, the water one has the best attack. The dark one has the best HP, and the wind one is kind of like the middleman. He's got like a middle amount of HP and attack. So their stats are pretty similar, though. All of them have leader skills that only work in arena, so you don't need to worry about the leader skills, and none of them awaken into bonus stats. So they are really similar. And the boss did take Grego right here. The reason he took Grego is because I killed him. But so when he wanted to take one of my teammates over, no one had attacked him yet. So he just randomly picked one of the 5 guys. At least I think that's how it works. But I'll still kill this Grego. It's not as fast as if he were to take my Fuco. But so when you're picking the liches and which ones to use, you want to pick ones basically that just, if they get taken over to the other side, they're not going to kill each other. So if you're using 2 liches, it doesn't matter which 2 liches you pick. You can pick either of them. Like, you can pick dark and water, dark and wind, or wind and water, and they'll all work. But if you only pick one lich, you want to pick the lich that's opposite element of the rest of your team. So most people run a fire team. So, like, for example, I made a video that was uploaded either just before or just after this using this team right here. If I was using this team, I would want Fuco in this spot because he's got element disadvantage against everyone. So when the boss takes over this Fuco, they're going to kill him really quick and he's going to glance on my team. But if I had like a wind team, I would want to bring the water lich because it would be like, same thing. Like the whole wind team would kill the water lich quick and the water lich would glance on the wind team. So that's what you should consider if you're just going to pick one lich. But if you're picking 2, it doesn't matter which 2 you pick. You can pick any of them. I picked the dark and the wind because I made the dark a while ago because he was cool and he's rare, so I wanted to make him. And then when I was picking between wind and water, I didn't really know which one to pick. So I just picked wind because I figured he could farm Aiden Forest, which would be nice, I guess. And I'll probably make a video on that soon. Fuco is actually insane fodder farmer. Absolutely insane fodder farmer. But so yeah, you'll see that soon. And so that's kind of the lich talk for now. I know this kind of turned into a video of like discussing which lich is right for you, but it's supposed to be just about the liches themselves, or it's supposed to be just kind of showcasing these 2 in a necro team together. If you guys want me to, I can go and make an in-depth video of which lich is best for you. For you guys that have actually made it this far. I basically explained which lich is best for you, and it's just your element. But I might go ahead and make a whole video on that category, because I know a lot of people don't make it this far. Let me see. I'm almost 10 minutes into the video, so I know a lot of people don't make it 10 minutes in before they get bored, and so I might make a whole separate video. And if you do see that, and you are watched this far, don't bother watching the video of which lich you should use, because I already explained it. It's no, I don't think I really missed any information on it, but I'll show you the runes on these guys, and then I'll call it quits for this video. I'll just show you the sets and stats for the non-liches. Yeah, you can see he's max skilled. You can see the stats. He's got energy, revenge, focus. Pause it if you want to. Here's my Colleen. It's max skilled. You can see the stats right here, and it's on triple revenge. Of course, violent is preferred, but I have her on raid, so that's why she's triple revenge. Violent is preferred on all these guys, and you'll see I only have one violent set on this team, actually. I've got energy, revenge, and blade. Violent revenge is preferred. Every single one of these monsters you would want violent revenge for Necro, but I don't use these guys. I use Adrian just for Necro, but I don't really use Adrian. I didn't think I was going to use Adrian that much, but I actually kind of do now. So I'll switch that on rune removal day. But you can see max skilled. It's a HP and damage hybrid build. But so here's the liches. This is my only violent set I've got. He's max skilled. Only things to really take note of is this, with this amount of HP and defense and the shield, this Fuco is not coming close to dying. You saw that. The boss didn't even break the shield on Fuco. He's got bonus 900 attack. He's slow, so my two liches are the last two to move. He's got over 45 accuracy, which is the accuracy cap in Necro. And then you can see the attack, crit rate, and crit damage. I'll show you the runes really quick. He's on attack, crit damage, and accuracy. So, of course, if you put attack on slot 6, he'll do a lot more damage, but I needed the accuracy. And then you can see this guy who's not runed optimally, but he's not. I like the other lich more, so I gave him better runes. You can see here with this amount of HP and defense and the passive, this guy wasn't coming close to dying either. He's got bonus 1100 attack, which is a lot, and he's got a lot of crit damage. And with the crit rate buff from Adrian, they're both on max crit rate. He does not have max accuracy, which is something that can be improved on and probably will be improved on rune removal day. But he's on Fatal Blade, which obviously I want Violent Revenge, but this is what I had at the time. He's got attack, crit damage, and attack. So also I could work on the skill ups on this guy. But that's really it for this video and this Lich team and Necro B10. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, just leave it in the comments, as well as if there's any other videos you want to see in the future, just tell me in the comments. But that's really all I have for today though, guys. So may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows.